To the people of the Philippines, you entrusted me not only with votes, but with your hopes. I hope my service has honored that trust. I also leave you with one wish. May the laws you pass rescue the poor and helpless and deliver them from the grasp of evil people.
To you, Senator Coco, salamat kaayo. Thank you for being a voice of principle in the noise. Thank you for being a patient but firm partner and leader in the minority. Thank you for reminding us that the strength of our democracy lies not in numbers, but in ethical clarity.
Mr. President, my dear colleagues, our Senate staff, our Senate Secretariat, our guests, my Commander-in-Chief is also here, our dear countrymen. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. I am about to deliver my valedictory speech. This is one perk of being a senator which I would relish the most. My father was the valedictorian of all his classes throughout his academic life, from elementary, high school, college, and even up to College of Law. I was never a valedictorian, but I still get to deliver a valedictory speech. Swerte ko naman. Sabi ng ating konstitusyon, sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. I have been blessed by God and the Filipino people with the opportunity to hold a high government position. These 13 plus years I have spent as a senator in the service of the Filipino people have been the most fulfilling years of my life. This is an opportunity and an experience not given to many. I am very grateful to the universe for this. Who would have predicted or who would have thought that this would happen to an introvert person like me? My Senate journey began not in the usual way, but through an extraordinary and unique experience that tested our resolve and faith in the democratic process. But I am grateful that what began as an electoral protest has since grown into a relationship marked by mutual respect, collaboration, and even friendship. A reminder, kumpare pa. So a reminder that in the end, we are all here to serve the Filipino people. So let me go back to the decision which allowed me to be part of this chamber, Mr. President. Siguro nalimutan na nila, pero hindi ko po nalilimutan. Yung mga senador who voted to allow me to sit in the Senate in my protest way back in August 11, 2011. Pia Cayetano. So, hindi ko nalilimutan yun, Pia. So thank you very much. Bong, baka nalimutan mo na, but you were part of it. Thank you very much, Bong. And of course, returning Senator Kiko Pangilinan and former Senator Greg Onasan and Sonny Trillanes, and also Lito Lapid was a member of the set. And I just want to make it of record, Mr. President, the justices from the Supreme Court who made possible my stint as a senator, then Senior Associate Justice, the chairman of the set, Antonio Carpio, Associate Justice Teresita Leonardo de Castro, and Associate Justice Arturo Brion. So this chapter in my life, while unconventional, set the tone for the kind of public service I aspired to offer. One rooted in truth and justice, constitutionalism, rule of law, and the unwavering dedication to serve the people's interest. Napansin nga ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, because this is our last day, so I'm about to end my tenure as a senator. Sabi niya, ang bookends ng political life mo, andito si Comelec sa umpisa, andito pa rin si Comelec sa dulo. So, because if you remember, my dear colleagues, last December 11, 2024, you were already congratulating me. Oh, but that was 6 months ago. So 6 months later, hindi pa rin tapos ang issue na yon. So I hope nagdilang anghel kayo nung 6 months ago, Mr. President. In 2016, this chamber entrusted me with the honor of being Senate President, a role previously held by my father, Senate President Nene Pimentel. Can I reveal, Ma'am Lauren, can I reveal that ikaw may kasalanan nito? Yes, opo. Wala po akong ambisyon. Ako po'y tinawagan ni Senator Lauren at sinabihan na, mag-ambisyon ka maging Senate President. Okay, so for 22 months, I endeavored to uphold my vision of a Philippine society which is just and fair, which saves and shares, scientific, peaceful, educated, healthy, democratic, and which is most of all happy and free with overflowing love of God and country. So passing a law is a collective effort. So together, all of us, during my time as Senate President, we started or passed landmark measures. Free tuition, free irrigation, the wage increases for public servants, the doubling of the base pay of military and uniform personnel, free public Wi-Fi, and extended the validity of passports and driver's licenses, care of Senator Grace po. The Bangsamoro Organic Act, MIGS sa'yo to, which is the effort of MIGS Subiri, the universal access to quality tertiary education, the train law, especially that aspect which lowered personal income tax rates, the ease of doing business, Mental Health Act, to name a few. I would also like to thank all of you for helping me pass or for designating me to be the sponsor or co-sponsor of many other laws involving creation of courts, the NBI Modernization Act, the Estate Tax Amnesty Law, the Retail Trade Liberalization Amendments, the creation of the Department of Migrant Workers, sa'yo to, Joel, the Creative Industries Development Act and the Centenarians Act, both laws with the help of IME, the Government Procurement Reform Act, the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act with the help of TOL, among others. One of the great privileges of serving in this chamber has been meeting and learning from some of the finest minds in our country's political and legislative history. I am grateful to have learned from their wisdom and, of course, from your wisdom, my dear colleagues, and your wit and your statesmanship. My time as minority leader has been most fulfilling too. I have learned a lot having been forced to read almost all of your bills. Totoo. Pero hindi kaya. Kaya I said almost all. So I thank my compatriot in the minority of two, Senator Risa Ontiveros, for electing me as the minority leader. Ganun kasimple yung aming eleksyon, actually, Mr. President. So, iwan ko na lang po sa inyo bilang pakiusap ko ang mga panukalang batas na na-file ko na sumasalamin sa aking mga personal na advokasya, kabilang dito ang pagtatag ng ospital para sa mga senior citizens. Sana si Senator Bongo, sana pansinin naman niya ito. Ang modernisasyon ng Philippine Orthopedic Hospital. Ito, pag-isipan niyo po ito na mabuti, ang pagbuwag ng travel tax. Because, nasa Constitution kasi that we have the right to travel, so we do not tax a right. At ang integrasyon ng computer programming sa basic education curriculum. Sinusulong ko rin ang reforma sa People's Initiative and Referendum Act. Pakitingin na lang po. And also, I filed some measures designed to discourage negligence and recklessness, yung tinatawag na mga quasi-offenses, sa dami ng mga aksidente ng mga bus, mga heavy vehicles leading to injuries as well as loss of lives. Pag-aralan po natin ito. Marami akong lessons learned. For example, saan ako nagkamali, paano nyo kami nautakan, gano'n. Oh. Yes, paano nautakan ng majority ay minority. Tapos, actually, may pagkakamali kami na present kaming dalawa. Kung absent yung isa, meron sana kaming parliamentary maneuver na nagawa. Pero hindi ko na muna i-detalye, ikwento lahat ito. Kasi ang bala ko isulat ito sa isang libro para naman merong pang bumili ng libro ko. Okay? So I owe this journey to many. Hindi ko po ito narating ng mag-isa. So to my colleagues, all of you, so if I look around, I think I've spent enough time in this chamber and I've been siguro so involved in your professional lives that I think I have personal relationships with all of you. Actually, with all of you. Ito, si Sila Bato, si Bongo, si Robin. May kaso pa nga kami. We are fighting over a political party. And because of that, I have been forced to look for another political party. So party mates ko na, Tita Cynthia, Amy Marcos, Mark Villar, Pia Cayetano. So I really have, I believe I have personal relationships with all of you. So I want to thank all of you. The Senate is not a place for echo chambers, but for courageous discourse. In diversity, we find democracy's heartbeat. Salamat for debating with me. I learned a lot from using my kokote. And I believe this is also an anti-Alzheimer's measure. Diba? So, maraming salamat po muli sa inyo lahat. Pero siguro, kung meron man nasaktan sa 13 years ko rito sa Senado, kasi siyempre na-involved din tayo sa some highly political issues eh. Kung meron pong nasaktan sa aking mga kilos, nasabi, actions, or na-file, I beg for your understanding. And I pray that with the passage of time, you will find it in your heart to forgive me. So ganun lang po. If ever. Okay, so I'm assuming meron kasi lahat tayo dito, sensitive eh. Karamihan sa atin rito sensitive. So, basta ulitin ko to my dear colleagues, I really thank you. No? You have been all very kind to me. You have been all very good to me. And you have been all, i-all ko na lang para hindi na natin isipin. You have been all very generous to me. Okay. To the Senate Secretariat and staff, the OSAA, even our cleaning staff, thank you for keeping this institution alive day in and day out. Your work, often unseen, ensures that the Senate remains a bastion of democracy. Lahat po tayo may ambag to making the Senate a bastion of democracy. So to my own staff, sana staff ko, may andito konti, okay. Thank you for making me more efficient by multiplying the number of my mini-me's. Yan sila. So I hope meron po kayo meron kayong natutunan sa time ninyo sa akin, and congratulations to all of my staff who have been hired by incoming senators. So to my family, Kat is here. Kat, my wife, she's the commander-in-chief I mentioned earlier. My mother, si Nanay Bing, of course my siblings, and my classmates and my close friends. Your faith in me has been my anchor. Public service demands long hours and personal sacrifice. Thank you for your prayers, understanding, and actual support. To the people of the Philippines, you entrusted me not only with votes, but with your hopes. I hope my service has honored that trust. Though I leave this chamber, I remain your public servant in my capacity as a lawyer and as a concerned and involved citizen, advocating for federalism and faster local development, for a just and fair society, and for preferential focus on the poor. I also leave you with one wish. May the laws you pass rescue the poor and helpless and deliver them from the grasp of evil people, as it is written in Psalm 82:4. I leave carrying with me the lessons from this chamber, the friendships I have made, and the love I have deepened for this country. Public office is borrowed time, and my time here, though ending, will always remain a chapter I will cherish. It has been the honor of my life to serve you as Senator of the Republic of the Philippines. Maraming salamat po sa sambayanang Pilipinas.
Thank you, Senator Pimentel. Duly noted and entered into the record. Session is suspended. Senator Intiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, together with Senator Cynthia, Senator Grace, Senator Bong Revilla, Senator Nancy, Majority Leader Francis, today I rise with a grateful heart to honor a longtime friend, a colleague, and a principled leader, Senator Aquilino Coco Pimentel III, who at the end of this Congress concludes his term as Minority Leader. It has been one of the deepest honors of my life so far to serve in the Senate minority alongside Senator Coco. Together, we held the line during some of the most critical moments in our legislative history. And through it all, he led with calm resolve, brilliant legal acumen, and unwavering fidelity to the Constitution. Senator Coco brought incisiveness and distinction to the role of fiscalizer. He asked the hard questions when others chose silence, whether scrutinizing the national budget with precision or boldly raising constitutional doubts on the passage of the Maharlika Investment Fund. He reminded us that loyalty to the people and to the law must always trump political expediency. And just last night, we bore witness to another defining moment of this Senate and of Senator Coco's steadfast leadership when this chamber finally acted on the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. It was Senator Coco who stood firm in reminding the Senate of its constitutional duty. While the minority and other colleagues did not succeed in preventing the remanding to the House of the impeachment complaint, let the record show that when history knocked on the door of the Senate, he did not flinch. He answered it with courage and clarity. In all these, I see the enduring legacy of his father, the late Senate President Aquilino Nene Pimentel Jr., a patriot who, in 2001, chose to resign rather than be complicit in the refusal to open a piece of evidence in another impeachment trial. Senator Coco has carried that torch of integrity forward, fearlessly, faithfully, and humbly. To you, Senator Coco, salamat kaayo. Thank you for being a voice of principle in the noise. Thank you for being a patient but firm partner and leader in the minority. Thank you for reminding us that the strength of our democracy lies not in numbers, as said by one of our colleagues who spoke earlier, but in ethical clarity. The Senate just won't be the same without you. But I have no doubt that wherever your road next leads, you will continue to be a servant of the people and a steward of our democracy. Mabuhay ka, Senator Coco. Padayon at maraming salamat. Salamat, Mr. President.
Noted and entered into the records. Thank you, Senator Ontiveros. Majority Floor Leader.